Okay, look, it's Kim Willis again from cashflowprograms.com. We get lots of inquiries, people asking about these positive cash flow deals, but not just any sort of a positive cash flow deal with that to make it worthwhile. You don't just want the positive cash flow. Okay, so if you do it properly, that's going to be the outcome for you, and then you can go and do another one and another one and another one and so on. By the way, these strategies are not designed to replace long-term capital gain type strategies. You can do both, and we reckon most people should be doing both. Because if you can create a cushion of cash from your positive cash flow deals, that in effect can subsidise the negative cash flow that you'd probably be experiencing with buy and hold capital gain type deals. Okay, so one can subsidise the other. It can work very nicely indeed. So what you're really doing is creating a cash cow property business. Sounds pretty good, doesn't it? It's got to be the way to go for people who are wanting to create as much additional cash flow, particularly in times like these where you know, the economy is not exactly going gangbusters anymore. And capital gain strategy is probably not going to work too well for the next few years anyway. So just following on from this discussion about pitfalls, and we know that if you get the right person into your property, you're probably going to have a very pleasant experience. So therefore, the next question has to be, how do we vet people? First of all, or maybe just a question before that, how do we find people, and then how do we vet people? Well, finding people is a marketing related topic, and I will cover that in another video. But what I do want to do is just give you a few pointers on what we do in terms of vetting people. In the early days, we didn't vet people very much at all, and we learnt the hard way. And I guess that's the best teacher, the school of hard knocks. And we did have some problems with defaults. So what we decided to do is to develop, and I'm talking about a business that has put together a myriad of these deals, either directly through our company or personally, or we've helped other investors do it. I think it's something above 200 of these deals now. So what we've decided to do is to develop a vetting system that would reduce the risks dramatically. A little bit like an estate agent vetting a traditional tenant for a traditional rental situation. But we decided to go even further because these people are going to buy the home from you eventually, and we wanted to make sure that these people were going to be able to qualify for a home loan you know, at the appointed time. So we did credit checks on these people. We got rental references. We got them to produce 6 months of bank statements, and we'd go through those bank statements to get an idea of their spending patterns and to satisfy ourselves that they could afford the higher weekly payment that they would be making to us. Okay, so we wanted to make sure that the affordability was there. Serviceability, I think the banks call it. Even though we weren't actually lending money to anybody, we knew that the success of this arrangement would hinge on their ability to qualify for bank finance in X number of years' time. Okay, so we did things like that, and we still do them to this day. We have a number of different interviews with the tenant. We don't just accept the tenant just on the first interview. We'll want to meet with them 2 or 3 times, because the way I look at it is that it's a bit like a partnership. And sure, we're investing in houses, but we're also investing in people. And I think that's more important actually than the physical item, namely the house. So we would work on reality, looking at their financial statements, etc., but would also work on gut feel. And I always found that gut feel became clearer after we met with the tenants several times, 2 or 3 times. Okay, so that might just give you a few pointers as to what we did, and if you decide that you do want to start doing these sorts of strategies, you might want to embrace some of those ideas for yourself. Of course, you need to go through some sort of a learning process. We've got some tremendous learning tools that you can acquire, and those learning tools will teach you in quite minute detail what you need to be doing, not only to market these sorts of programs to the general public, but also how to deliver on the promise, how to find and vet good tenants, and how to help them finance out in a period of time in the future. So have a look on our website, cashflowprograms.com. Have a look on my property blog, which is propertyprofitsblog.com.au, propertyprofitsblog.com.au, and we look forward to talking with you. Give me a call anytime. Okay, thank you. It's Kim Willis signing off.